Okay, let's see if those notifications go out. That would be great. Okay, let's see if those notifications go out. That echo's awesome. That echo's awesome, man. That echo's awesome, man. It's because I've got the kick window open. And the kick plays back automatically without you having to hit play. And some re-engineer over there at Kick thinks that's a better idea, to not be in control of software and to just let it do what it wants to do whenever it wants to do it, and not let you be the decider of how that software runs. It's quite telling when you think about it, about engineers today. They want the software to do the thinking for you. They want it to tell you when to turn the video on, when to turn the video off, what resolution to watch the video at now. You know, whether or not you should see previews when you're scrolling through. Should you be able to rewind? You know? It's psychotic. There's a lot of craziness going on out there. But why, Jimmy? Why? So we're going to watch a Jimmy Dore show, which I don't usually do. I haven't seen it yet. I saw this went up a couple of days ago. How many views did it get? 88,000 views. He's still under 100,000, and that's been up for more than a day. No, it's 19 hours. Give it a day, see if he gets his full 100,000. Before I really start pointing the finger at him. I just want to make a comment that Jimmy Dore is a sellout, and he does news that he thinks his audience wants to hear. This is a perfect example of that, so let's just go right into it. And like I said before, I have yet to see this video. I don't even know what we're getting into yet. I mean, I could end up agreeing with everything he says on this, and I hope not, because my whole intention here is to show that Jimmy Dore takes climate change unseriously, right? He doesn't think that people should be concerned about it on this day when we look at the weather and we see that the whole planet is melting under these conditions. People are dying on the street. And Jimmy Dore is going to tell you why you shouldn't be so concerned about it, because somebody said years ago that was wrong.
The North Pole.
And for some reason that makes all the other facts untrue, and that's how Jimmy Dore's brain works. You know, he found one thing one dude said, right, and he got it wrong. Oh, and therefore climate change isn't real and nothing to be concerned about, folks. It warms and it cools. I'm a Trump fan now, right? Okay, Jimmy, let's hear it. I'm just kind of curious. Now I'm just really curious.
Will be ice-free in the summer by 2013 because of man-made global warming. So, and here it is. So somebody
that was a bold statement.
First of all,
that was a bold statement. In 2009, he only gave himself a few years for it all to melt. I mean, okay, Al Gore's an idiot. He was wrong, and he was super hyperbolic. And he is actually, he's the person that really made me aware of climate change, and I'm thankful for that. But he's the single person on this planet who has done more damage for science than any other human being, man. It's been Al Gore getting it wrong and giving people, morons like Jimmy Dore, a leg up so they can pontificate on his inaccuracies. You know, and that, because Al Gore, not even a climate scientist, was wrong about something. You know, Jimmy Dore says it's all bullshit and you shouldn't believe any science from any scientist ever. Let me guess. I'm making a huge leap here. I haven't seen this yet.
Well, that looks embarrassing for Al Gore, right? He said
Seeker,
those words, and it turns out he was wrong. Well, not so fast, because
hey,
this meme
Mr.
is about to go.
Hey, Truth Seeker, how's it going, buddy? Thank you for joining the show. It's so good to see you on here. You are the first person to actually say something in my chat today. I really appreciate that. Yo, Truth Seeker, do you have a Cash App? I'm going to send you $20 right now. You got a Cash App? I'm sending you $20. Give me your Cash App, and I'm sending you $20 on my Cash App. And for everybody who doesn't want to chat in here, you just lost $20. So, sucks to be you, I guess.
Get a Reuters fact check. I'm not kidding.
Billy Bob Thornton.
He did say that.
Hello.
Hey, Billy.
Nope, that's a fact that he said that.
Probably
he
needs
did
more context.
That's not funny. You know, so Al Gore got something wrong. Listen to them all cackling like jackals that are choking on on lie dicks.
Billy Bong Thornton. It's raining cash in Nay's garden
Well,
today.
it will be if Mr. Truth Seeker gives me his Cash App address.
And here it is, Reuters fact check. Fact check, Al Gore did not predict ice caps melting by 2013, but he did misrepresent the data.
So he didn't predict ice caps melting by 2013? Well, which is it? That's weird because your video says he did predict it. So there's a quote. The North Pole will be ice-free in the summer by 2013 because of man-made global warming.
And March with Seeker 1776.
According to the quote, now I don't know.
You don't have to do that. I appreciate you. Donate $20 to climate research.
No, that's a waste, bro. We don't want to send $20 to climate research. We can't stop this. No. Listen, I appreciate you, Mr. Truth Seeker, and wow, you're gonna refuse the $20. I really do appreciate that, but no, not climate research, bro.
J. Boney Omerta.
It's already happening.
Man.
We don't need to research it, man. We just have to get ready for it. There's nothing we can do to stop it. Jimmy Dore doesn't believe any of this, but you're either going to be subscribing to his moronic, way of thinking, or you're going to listen to facts and evidence that I have. So let's just see where he goes. So Reuters cleared it, but I don't know where Jimmy Dore grabbed that screen cap of the quote from. And we've seen those get faked all the time. So did Al Gore really say it? I don't know.
Caps melting by 2013, but he did misrepresent the data.
Oh, but Jimmy Dore has a meme, everybody. So let's see where this goes.
So he did not predict ice caps melting, but misrepresented the data. Bam! You just got Reutered.
That's not even funny, Jimmy.
What?
It's not funny.
Somehow this is a defense of him?
Bro, are you going to produce the evidence that shows that Al Gore made that statement, or are you just going to show a meme of his picture and a quote underneath his face? It's kind of weird, but if Reuters fact-checked it and said he didn't say it, then I'm just kind of curious to see where this is going to go. I'm really curious.
Did an AI fact check this?
What is that? What does misrepresenting the data mean, Kurt? I think that means a lie.
That's how I would take it.
So he didn't predict no more ice caps by 2013 due to global warming. He was just lying?
About what?
He was lying.
That's your debunking?
What data? What are you debunking, Jimmy? Jimmy, this is your debunking? Showing a meme and then making jokes? That's your debunking, Jimmy? Oh, okay. That doesn't mean anything. It's got no value at all.
He didn't mean it? He knew it was wrong? That's what they're saying.
How do you act like, first of all, just not call it a lie? Because that's what I remember when I would lie to my mom as a kid. I wouldn't have been able to Reuters my way out of it. No, I might have it appears I misrepresented data because I did do that.
It's not, Kurt. It's not. He didn't say that.
Right.
Not the ice caps actually did melt.
Like.
And that's literally the only reason you would do a fact check is if he did say it or if the ice caps actually did melt.
Yeah.
Why else would you do a fact check? He actually said it. Al Gore never claimed to be a psychic who can tell the future. He's just a liar. Take that, you fat QAnon idiot.
I feel like a real fool.
In 2009, this is their fact check. Watch this. In a 2009 comment by former U.S. Vice President Al Gore that the North Pole would be ice-free by summer 2013 has gone viral in tandem with COP26 climate talks in Glasgow. The quote has been used to claim he made bogus predictions, which he did say something similar. While he did say something similar, the claim misrepresents his statement, which was attributed to researchers.
So it wasn't Al Gore who told the lie. What they're saying is he got the information from someone else, just like you do, Jimmy. Okay, so stop clowning Al Gore. He was given misinformation, just like we were by Fauci about masks.
Gore has also...
Right, Jimmy? Right, Jimmy? Oh, you remember? You might get a little schmutz on your face, but, they're really not doing anything, and he was really saving them for the important people in the hospitals because, masks do work. Fauci may have lied, but the mask science still stands, Jimmy. And Al Gore may have misrepresented facts, but it's still hotter than I can't even walk my dog outside today, Jimmy. I can't even walk. I was concerned that I had to walk my dog out the front door today, Jimmy. So I don't care if the polar ice caps are melting. What I care about is that it's getting hotter and we can all tell. You know, he got one little fact wrong, and that's your big white whale, Jimmy? Wow. Wow. How triumphant you must feel. Hey, man, I heard Jimmy Dore colors his hair, everybody. Ooh, am I going to be famous now? You know, he lies about his appearance. Oh, and I've uncovered it all.
So Sen cited another predictions of Arctic ice melting at a later date. Yeah, but he did say that other thing first.
I'm chatting.
You know
what? Lil Ghosty Zero, what's up, buddy? We don't see Lil Ghosty Zero. Thank you for chatting on the Rumble. My Rumble does not connect completely yet to the Restream chat, so your chat will not appear here on the Rumble. But Lil Ghosty, if you want to rather go to Kick at Nays Garden, it will appear here. I'm just saying, I can see what you're saying, but it doesn't really get my attention so much. I do have it right here. So Lil Ghosty, thank you for joining my channel. I love that you're typing in the chat. Thank you so much.
Pole will be ice-free in the summer by 2013.
J-Bone, I'm doing good. Thank you for
man-made
asking.
global
It's great
warming.
to see you, buddy.
A quote attributed to Gore in a social media post reads, a photo below the quote shows a man standing in a snowy landscape with ice in his hair and a beard. Text over the image says 2018. Nope, it's still
This
cold.
is exactly relatable to that moronic Republican senator who went on the Senate floor with a snowball claiming that there was no climate change. This is the exact same thing, Jimmy. Why don't you just hold up a snowball, Jimmy? Why don't you just hold up a snowball, you fucking climate denier? Have you gone outside lately, Jimmy? You're looking a little pale. Looks like you've been spending a little bit of time in the air conditioning. Maybe you should go spend some time and work outside, see how hard it is for other people out there who are dealing with 95-degree temperatures here in the state of Florida with 50% humidity.
Yodu.
Hey, Lil Ghosty on the kick! And he followed
Glad to
me!
hear,
Hey!
Loving watching this with you.
Lil Ghosty, I'm gonna follow you back, Lil Ghosty! Lil Ghosty, I'm gonna follow you back. If they're gonna make this a possibility.
Lil underscore Ghosty.
Following.
Think about Africa.
Following Lil Ghosty.
Omerta.
You got a new follower, Ghosty.
Jimmy's
Thank you,
changed,
buddy.
haha.
I will follow back anybody that chats in my chat and you're not a douchebag. I will follow you back. All right, let's keep going here.
That's what well, they did. They actually-
71
there it is.
followers
So
on
here it
Kick,
is.
man. Thank you. Thank you. It's been
There
stuck
it
at
is.
69 forever.
Did they mean it'll melt off the guy's beard? Because they didn't even do that.
Social media users have shared the claim widely, with some discrediting climate science more generally. The left has been spreading climate misinformation for 50 years. One user wrote, 2008, Al Gore predicts ice-free Arctic by 2013, they added. He did.
You know, all of Jimmy Dore's sources are one user on Twitter said, oh, look, this user on Twitter said, he's got no sources for anything that he says.
Lil underscore
Then he
Ghosty.
comes on and acts like he's got
African
all the
lives
science
matter.
to back up his bullshit. And he's got nothing. African lives matter. Yes, they do. All lives matter, bro. All lives matter.
I don't.
Wait, some discredited
African
climate
lives
science
matter,
was
American lives
it wasn't
matter,
Al Gore's
Palestinian
fault.
lives
Yeah,
matter,
said.
Israeli
It's
lives
ridiculous.
matter,
Wasn't that-
Ukrainian
didn't
lives
he
matter,
make him
Russian
discredit
lives
climate
matter,
science more
everyone's
generally?
life matters.
He didn't. Look, Al Gore didn't come up with it. Some scientists
Some climate science came
and
up
he
with it,
quoted it,
and it was wrong. So this guy says the left has been spreading climate disinformation for 50 years. 1976, global cooling. I do remember when
Lil
they were
underscore Ghosty.
predicting a new ice age. I'm all-
Russian.
Look, he's gonna, Russian lives matter, absolutely. He's gonna go back through is every Russian citizen Vladimir Putin? Last time I checked, Vladimir Putin was only one person. He doesn't represent the entire country. Just like Donald Trump or Joe Biden doesn't represent our entire country. I'm not Joe Biden. I'm not Donald Trump. Lil Ghosty, I don't know what country you live in, but are you going to claim that too? That whoever's running the country speaks for all of you? It's not how it works. That's why we have elections. That's why I don't vote. Look, he's going through a list of shit. And all I have to do is say, hey, fuck fucking 1976, 1989, 2000, 2002, 2008. You live in Japan? Japanese lives matters. Right? Japanese lives matter. Right, Lil Ghosty? Everybody's life matters. Everybody's lives matter. And, you know,
Lil underscore Ghosty. Yup.
we could talk about the Black Lives Matter movement, and I would love to do that maybe later in the show if you remind me, because I had an idea that would have worked for them. And of course, when I tweeted at them, my tweets don't get seen or I get ignored. I'm a white man, so maybe because I'm a white man, black people don't want to listen to me. And maybe they think I'm a racist. Maybe they think my heart's in a bad place. Whatever. Okay. I tried to help the Black Lives Matter movement. I really did. I did everything that I knew in my brain would have helped them if they had just listened to me. And I didn't, no one, not even Black Lives Matter followers, saw what I said and commented or anything. I got completely ignored. So, anyway, he goes through all these years, 2000, 2002, 2008. Look, dude, it's 2023. You know what concerns me? 2023. It's the hottest year on record. We're having the hottest temperatures on record. We did the year before. We did the year before that. We did the year before that. It's getting hotter and hotter and hotter. And Jimmy Dore's over there like Chicken Little saying the sky ain't falling, talking about 1976. Dude, I got news for you, Jimmy. It ain't 1976 anymore. It's 2023, and it's time you get on the fucking bus, bro. Wow. He is still doing it warms and it cools thing like Trump. It's psychotic. But now let me tell you why Jimmy Dore is doing this. Yeah, he's a lefty, but he's a sellout. And he's found that if he sells out to the right, he'd make a lot more money and be more successful on the internet. And that's what he's doing. He's selling out everything he knows in his heart to be true and blotting it with evil lies that he comes up with, because there's more of you idiots out there than there are of me, like smart people that can see this for what it is. My audience, I hope, is smart like me. I really do. I hope you guys are intelligent and you see Jimmy Dore for the moron he is.
Steven
Understand it took me a while.
Good morning.
But I'm coming around.
It's hotter every day.
Every day, every week, every month, every year is the hottest one of those on record.
Kurt Hudson.
Right?
90 right now in Tucson. AZ, hello to all.
90 degrees in Arizona. That's cold, bro. We're loving it. I've heard it was 115 in Arizona for the last week. And if you're at 90 right now, that's a reprieve. Think about that. 90 degrees is a reprieve from the heat, Jimmy.
You get it, Nay. Always have.
Thank you, Mr. Truth Seeker. I love you, buddy. Thank you for being my first chatter today. Thank you for refusing the $20 that I was going to give you for being my first chatter today. And just thank you for being here all the time. I really do appreciate you, bro. I've lost a lot of people over the years, bro. I've lost a lot of viewers. A lot of people won't make it. But it's the few of you that do show up. That's why I show up.
It's only going to get hotter today.
I know, right? I'm literally sitting here sweating while I'm talking to you guys. Haven't even smoked or dabbed or anything yet. If you don't believe me, here. If you don't believe me, wait. Hold on. Here we go. Here, wait. There you go. There you go. See the bead of sweat right there on my head? Look at that. See the sweat? Oh, I know you guys saw that because I saw it. Okay, those are beads of sweat, guys, on my head from sitting in an air-conditioned room that is air-conditioned down to, I believe, 74 degrees or 73 degrees.
MR Truth Seeker 1776. Family never agrees 100% of the time, but I respect your opinion always.
No, family never agrees 100% of the time, but you're not going to be able to deny that it's fucking hot as fuck outside, right? You can try to disagree with me on shit. Jimmy Dore can try to disagree with the facts of what's going on today, but you can't deny that you ain't going outside today. You are not going to be spending all day out there wearing jeans and a fucking long sleeve shirt. That's for damn sure. You might be at the lake, you might be at a beach, you might be at the swimming pool, but you're not going to be out doing, manual labor. And if you are, you could die in this heat.
Out here.
It could literally kill you. We're already having deaths, guys. We're already getting deaths from the heat all over the world. I mean, the reports are coming in. I only wore shorts and a t-shirt out here. Kurt, it's crazy, Kurt.
1776. I'm worried about how hot the ocean is getting to.
You're worried about how hot the ocean is getting to? Do you know what I'm so glad about? I used to get really upset with Reese. Oh, this is important. I got to take it. Hello? Yes. Hey, man, I'm so glad to hear from you. I'm doing great. No. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay, let's see if one of my guys is around today because we usually don't work on the weekends. Now, if they could get by through the weekend without any water, possibly get a hose from a neighbor or something like that and get by, and then I would be there first thing Monday morning.
Oh no, they'll get by. They'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll survive.
Okay, I'm gonna put you down first thing Monday morning.
Okay.
I got all your contact info and now address of 9246 Rocky Road.
No, that's incorrect. It's yeah, me too. Bro, that's why I heard it because I'm dyslexic just like you. Yeah. It's Middletown, Loch Lomond. Yeah. Really more, yeah, it's Kelseyville. It's right in the middle of all of it. Yes, yes, right off of there. Mm-hmm.
For you. I got your contact info, and then you can just pay with credit card over the phone.
Yes.
Take care of it.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you. You're a lifesaver.
You're welcome. Okay, I will talk to you guys Monday.
Okay. Bye bye.
Kakakainu yo. I don't deem my prime sub, but you a cool dude. Maybe you can use this. Win it, Muncha. Why are you promoting Jimmy Dore the liar and the thief?
I'm not promoting Jimmy Dore. I'm warning people about Jimmy Dore, man. I'm here throwing Jimmy Dore under the bus. I'm here telling people that Jimmy Dore is a piece of human garbage and that he doesn't care about you and that you should spread this around and let more people that watch Jimmy Dore know what they're watching so they understand. He doesn't care about you. He just cares about making more money. He doesn't care about you. If he cared about you, he'd be like me. He'd be, not making any money off the live stream because he's so busy telling the truth that the algorithms are shutting him down because he's telling the truth all the time. That's what's happened to me. Yeah, I'm shut down because I'm honest about everything, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants to hear that shit, so I get shut down. People love to be lied to, man. This is fucking Santa Claus bringing you the presents down the chimney every Christmas. You're used to it, man. You were indoctrinated to love that shit. You love it when somebody lies to you because you get a gift for believing the bullshit. That's how indoctrination works. They reward you for swallowing their lies. And then as you grow up, you look for more rewards. You look for another liar. You look for another Santa Claus. You look for another father figure putting on the red suit and the beard coming down your chimney with your fucking your Hot Wheels cars. Or your fucking Barbie. There you go. Barbie reference. Boom. So win it. Do you understand? I'm not promoting Jimmy, then I'm throwing him under the bus, and I'm calling him a fucking piece of human garbage. Now listen.
Win it, Muncha. I feel you, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate that. KKNU. KKNU. You don't need your Prime sub, but I'm a cool dude, and you sub
Win it,
me
Muncha.
with Prime, bro.
He steals triage oil.
He stole $360 of triage oil from me, and then he blocked me on Twitter so he didn't have to pay me back. Funny, right? That wasn't why he blocked me on Twitter. I don't care about the $360. I like it because I get to say that he ripped me off. And I get to tell everybody that he fucking ripped me off. And until he pays me back, everyone's going to hear about it. I gave him free oil for years. And then they were like, no, we don't want to pay you anymore, because they didn't want to subscribe to my narrative. They thought I was trying to force a narrative on them or something. Fine. They wanted to pay for it? Fine. Okay, pay. I sent them.
Yeah, I'm barely on Twitch these
They
days.
said they
so
wanted
I prime
2
sub to you, bro.
large containers of triage oil. I said, okay, it's 360 times 2, $720. And they sent me $360, and I sent them 2 large containers of fucking triage oil. They fucking ripped me off. So just so you know, and I contacted them and said, hey, you guys only paid for half. No response back. Nothing from Steph. And she was the one that was dealing with me. She fucking eventually blocked me on Twitter too. So they're fucking both pieces of human garbage. Just so you guys know. Not for ripping me off. For lying to their audiences about climate, about masks, about science, about vaccines, about medical information, having morons on that they won't fact check, that are lying to their audience as well, that try to, pose as some kind of medical expert, because they've got a degree. Well, I got news for you, man. There's a lot of people who passed a lot of courses and cheated their way through those courses. Yeah. So it doesn't necessarily mean that they retained all that knowledge that they were supposedly taught. And let me tell you something. Robert Campbell and John, whatever the fuck, John Campbell and Robert Malone are perfect examples of people who have an MD or a DR in their name that don't know shit about fucking normal science. I watch the debunk channels. They debunk these people all the time. The actual scientists do. And that's who I subscribe to. And then it allows me to be able to come up on here and call him the fucking piece of human garbage that he is, because I have all the facts, I have all the science to back up what I say.
At Kakakainu, check out Truthier News. He's way better than this guy.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, check out truthier.news is the website. Please. Dude, I'm in a good mood right now. I just got some really good news. It's not definitive, but it's better than what I was expecting. And that's a good thing. So, okay. J-Bone had to finally get on Rumble too. J-Bone!
Win it, Muncha.
Lil
You playing a
Ghosty's
show
like,
soon?
oh, okay. Lil Ghosty, you playing a show soon? Playing a show? No, I'm not doing music right now. No. This is life's shit. And I really don't want to talk about this because it's private, it's personal. But I can say this much. I've had issues with things going on in California that I am 3,000 miles away from. And luckily, hopefully, I found some people who can take care of my issues for me. And I just got a phone call from somebody who's going to be able to take care of some of those issues. So it's not as bad as it was looking. The gloom is kind of clearing a little bit. It's getting a little clearer outside. And unfortunately, it's getting hotter as well. I was praying for clouds this morning. I was outside in the street, and I was like, oh, there's no clouds out here at all, man. We really need some clouds, It's so bad.
Nays got in touch with the Mafia by the sounds of it. He's ordered a hit on someone.
No, I'm doing something really nice for some people who've done something really nice for me, actually. And I found a person who can help facilitate, is the word I was looking for, that to happen. I found a facilitator. And so, no, it's a really good thing, man. It's all good. Nobody gets hurt. That's the difference between me and Jimmy Dore, right? My show, I want everybody to feel
if
good.
Jimmy Dore dies in the next few weeks, we know what's going on.
I want everybody to feel good. No, don't say shit like that on my live stream. Seriously, bro. You'll get me in trouble. I want everybody to live, and I want everybody to feel good. Jimmy just wants to make money off of people and doesn't care. He doesn't look at that. That's all noise. Oh, somebody died of COVID that used to watch my show. That's all noise. I don't care. Oh, somebody died of COVID that came out to watch me play in a show. Oh, I don't care. That's not my problem. We all got to live our lives and be happy. No one's going to be happy unless they come out and see me live. No one's going to be happy unless they go out and live without masks and put their kids in school and blah, 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 blah. No one's going to be happy. And we all got to be happy. And we're just going to have to learn to deal with this. We got to learn to live with it. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I digress. Let's get back into climate. I don't know how this got so far off track.
Old enough to remember that.
And
I need the
didn't take
smoky
that,
time,
by the
too.
way. I was like, all right, they said cooling, but it's actually worse. I didn't take that as the climate science was off in any way, just because they did do that. That's the thing Rush Limbaugh used to say.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, but it's clearly having an effect. So it was enough for me to abandon this nonsense.
In 1989, rising sea levels will obliterate nations if nothing is done by 2000. In 2000, they said children won't know what snow is. In 2002, peak oil is going to happen
Okay.
in 2010.
I forgot about that.
Remember that? In 2008, Al Gore predicts ice-free Arctic by 2013.
Wow, Jehovah's Witnesses. They should take a page from Jehovah's Witnesses, because in 77, when the world didn't end, I believe Jehovah's Witnesses were probably using those articles about global cooling as evidence. I'm not kidding. They said the light keeps getting brighter as we near end times. Almost.
How does he know so much about Jehovah's Witnesses, I wonder? Number one. Number two, oh wow, look everybody, Jimmy Dore found another person whose predictions didn't come true. Must not mean that climate change is happening while we're all sweating in our air-conditioned homes. Right? The sun isn't even over on this side of the house yet, and I'm this close to taking my shirt off. I am turning my fan on high before I do this dab because I know it's going to get hot in here. I cannot believe how uncomfortable I am right now. It's the humidity is just seething through the walls, man. You know, it's like it's reminds me of that water in the first Final Destination. Dude, when that water could just creep through anything and find you and make you slip and kill you. You know, I feel like the humidity is that it's seething through the walls. It can just get to you and wrap around you like a fucking bony frickin' wretched hand that's just squeezing the life out of you. Oh, or a big wool coat, you know? It's just getting tighter like a straitjacket. It's just getting tighter and tighter, and it's hotter and hotter, and you can't do anything to get out of it. Could you imagine being in a prison with no air conditioning in the state of Florida right now? Yeah. They like to brag about, our prisons don't have air conditioning. Oh, yeah. You're going to have a bunch of dead prisoners on your hands. And I hope you get charged with murder when that happens. Anyway, back to this. I don't know how I get so far off the trail on these. I'm sorry.
The science changes at the speed of science. That was
Kurt
our
Hudson.
version.
Well, this is
The planet has been
turning into
going through
religion.
changes before we were
That's
all
why
born. No
that's an
amount
app.
of money will change it. Al Gore is crazy.
The planet has been going through changes before we were all born. No amount of money will change it. Al Gore. Al Gore's not crazy. He was wrong on his prediction a little bit. Kurt, do you not think it's getting hotter outside? Have you been outside, Kurt? I mean, I don't understand where that's coming from, what you just said. The planet has been going through changes. You sound like Donald Trump. Oh, it warms and it cools, and it warms and it cools again. When's the cooling part, Kurt? Seriously, bro? Are you denying this is happening? Turn on the weather, bro. Go check a weather report. Go turn on the news, man. You got your head so far up your ass you don't know how hot it is outside? Come on, bro. You're better than that. You're fucking better than that. Cowboy hat and all, you're better than that, Kurt. All right? Don't act like you're Donald Trump. It doesn't suit you.
Comparison.
You know, stupidity suits no one. Okay? It's just not a good look for anybody.
Why else would a little girl who has a disability who didn't go to school be the one you turn to for science information?
Why would that be the one?
Unless it's a religion.
Gore didn't make the. Listen to this. So here's their debunking.
No, it's not.
This is literally what they're going to say debunks this.
Dude, they're not debunking it. They're just clarifying it, Jimmy. They're not debunking it.
Gore didn't make this prediction himself, but was citing findings from a climate researcher.
Okay, fair enough.
He did, however, appear to misrepresent the data.
Okay.
These figures are fresh, Gore said on December 14th, 2009. He said it. So he didn't make the prediction himself? Whoa, no way. You mean he didn't model the climate himself and just...
Well, Jimmy, what about all the misinformation?
It gets over 100 in Tucson. I stay in my house under the AC.
Bro, what are you going to do when it's 130 degrees outside? You going to stay in your house under the AC then when it's 130 outside? You know how hot your house is going to be? We're going to need to find out a better way to keep ourselves cool, man. You know, we are hitting temperatures of 120, guys. It's only getting hotter. This is the hottest year on record. Last year was the hottest year on record. I don't know if you guys don't seem to understand. Some of you don't understand it. But look, I want to go back to what he's saying here about Al Gore. So he got his information from a climate scientist. The climate scientist was wrong, as we can all see. We can all go back and say, okay, he was wrong. Great. It's not hot outside, Jimmy? What good is all this if it's fucking hot outside and nobody can go outside and people are dying out there? What good is all this, Jimmy? What good are you trying? What are you trying to achieve right now? I'm just kind of wondering.
Appeared to me misrepresenting
Clicks?
someone else's data? Well, my world is shattered, Kurt.
Oh, and the other thing I want to say is, hey,
Did he not invent the-
Jimmy, you have fake data on your show all the time. I've called you out on it. Not only that, you misrepresent science all the time, Jimmy. You'll look at one study and come up with your own conclusions. I've seen you do it a million times. So it's so funny that the pot calling the kettle pot here. It's hilarious.
Internet himself? So basically, don't trust any of you. You can't trust Al Gore. You can't trust the guy who wrote the paper.
You know, from something he said
Who can we trust?
From something he said in 2009. Oh, we can't trust anybody back in 2009. It was 2009. Dude, you're an idiot. Let it go. Wow. Really? We can't trust anybody about climate because Al Gore was wrong in 2009 about climate. So we can't trust anybody in climate. Do you hear this? This is the reasoning that you guys, that millions of people are subscribing to every day when they watch Jimmy Dore. It's psychotic. Literally psychotic.
He added
it's a
some
level
of
of
Dr.
cult delusional
that there is
thinking
a 75%
that you won't see
chance
too
that
many
the
other
entire
places
North Polar ice
except a
cap
fucking
during
I
cult.
some of the
also
summer
just hope they can keep up with this heat. My AC unit is new.
Oh, well, but you said the word. Hey, you said the planet's been going through changes before. Kurt, what are you worried about, man? It's going through changes. Like Trump said, the planet warms and then it cools again. Aren't you waiting for it to cool again, Kurt? Isn't that what you were saying to me three statements ago? I'm kind of confused now. Now you're saying you hope that your AC can keep up with the heat. Which is it, bro? Is it hot, or are you a science denier? Are you a climate denier? Are you a Donald Trump fan so much to the point that everything that comes out of his mouth is Jesus's word? You know, is that how you are? Or can you actually think for yourself?
Months could be completely.
Let me know. I want to know if you
within
can
the
think for
next 5 to
yourself,
7
bro.
Years. Again, completely wrong.
Also,
How is this? This doesn't debunk.
Look at the wormy language. Some of the models suggest. Okay, that's already.
Hey, Kurt, that's how models work, bro. They're not all identical. That's why there's a bunch of different ones. Yeah, some of them suggest yes, some of them suggest no. We got to find the answers in between. Models aren't perfect, Kurt. You're like an idiot. You want like the models, the thing that's trying to figure out what's going to happen in the future that nobody could possibly know. A meteorite could hit the planet, put us off our axis. Who knows what the fuck? Anything can happen. A nuclear war could happen. Anything can happen. And yet he's like, oh, you got your climate thing wrong. Oh, they got it wrong. Their predictions were wrong. Oh, wow, how are we supposed to trust any science at all?
Nothing we can do about the planet changing. We can just go with the flow.
Nothing we can do about the planet changing. We can just go with the flow. Exactly. Yeah, Kurt, that makes sense. Yes, there's nothing we can do about it. Absolutely, we're pretty screwed. And we got to go with the flow. I agree with you on that, Kurt. I also agree that this is one of the hottest years on record. And, it's only going to get hotter, man. I don't know how many years like this we have to have before you're going to realize it's not going to change. The Earth is not going to cool back down again.
I don't care.
Okay.
Some suggest
some models
75% chance. So nothing. They're really nothing. You have nothing.
Gore cited findings from climatologist Dr. Maslowski, a research professor at the Naval Postgraduate School. However, it appears he misstated the forecast, according to reporting at the time.
It appears?
Do you see how many paragraphs they're taking?
I don't
to try
know.
and
Wow,
tell
Jimmy,
you?
it's almost like you being hyperbolic to try to get people's attention, huh? Weird. Al Gore got hyperbolic to get people's attention, and guess what? It worked. He got the whole world thinking about climate. Now, whether he was right or wrong doesn't really matter now, does it? At least we're all alert to the situation, Jimmy. Does that piss you off, Jimmy? Al Gore was the one that got that message out there and not you? Huh. So you're going to go against and try to refute all of the facts and science that literally show that we're in the hottest year that we've ever had on this planet. Okay. Since
That somehow
mankind.
he didn't mean what he said. He said it. They can't say he didn't say it, but they got. You see how many paragraphs this is taking?
It's like they
Kurt
gotta
Hudson.
protect
You are right, the planet
overall
is getting
thing.
That's it.
And so
Yeah, I am right. The planet is getting hotter, and we need to not be making excuses like Donald Trump wants us to and say it's nothing that we should be concerned about. Of course we should be concerned. You need to take steps so that the heat doesn't fucking kill you or your pet or your children or your elderly grandmother.
So it's like, but everybody is like wrong in it. So they have to like, well, don't think this counts against,
So they're saying now that that this guy, the doctor that Gore was
No longer got any cannabis. Cheers,
he said,
everybody in the
it's
chats.
unclear to
Kurt,
me how this figure was arrived at.
J-Bone,
I would never try to
Lil
estimate
Ghosty.
likelihood at anything.
Cheers, guys.
As exact as this.
How is it unclear to you? Al Gore lied and said it.
So
That's how
Al
it
Gore
happened.
said it. According to the report, Gore's office acknowledged after his speech that the 75% figure was used by Dr. Maslowski as a
J-Bone
ballpark
Yomerda.
figure in a conversation
bro.
with the vice president several years before COP15. Gore made several similar statements in the late 2000s about ice melting during summer months due to climate change. So you guys aren't debunked. I'm sorry.
running.
In 2006
Cheers.
documentary An Inconvenient Truth, which illustrated his global warming activism, Gore said studies suggested in the next 50 to 70 years, in summertime, the Arctic ice cap will be completely gone.
Instead of calling it inconvenient truth, you should call it an inconvenient misrepresentation of some data.
Yes. In his
Really, Kurt?
2007 Nobel...
Really, Kurt? Is it a misrepresentation that it's getting hotter and hotter and hotter? Wow, it's almost as if Al Gore was completely right and he got one little fact wrong and you guys got everything wrong and your dick's shriveled up like that. But as far as I could tell, Al Gore was pretty much right on target. Global warming's a problem. It's getting hotter. I'm literally sweating all over my body now because I did a dab. But a lot of that has to do with the humidity and the heat in this room right now, and I got to turn my fan on because my whole body is sweating now.
Nobel Peace Prize acceptance speech.
I forgot you got it. You didn't kill anybody who got one.
I know.
He got a Nobel Prize.
One study estimated...
Yeah, and he alerted the whole planet to climate. And Jimmy and Kurt don't want to give Al Gore credit. I'll give Al Gore all the credit in the world. He got one fact wrong. Wow, just one? Huh. Crazy, right? We still got ice in the Arctic, but it's still hotter here than ever before. And people are literally dying in the streets from the heat. Imagine homeless people today.
Kurt Hudson.
You know, we got a homeless problem here.
Unless it is necessary, what temp do you keep you house at?
75. And or 74, man. I'm like, dude, we need to turn the air up. We got to put it on like 76 because it's the electric bill is so high, and it just runs the shit out of the air conditioners and shit. You
Kurt
know?
Hudson. I keep mine at 78.
Well, bro, you're probably in a smaller home than what I'm in. This home has 3 air conditioners in it. It's got really high ceilings. And the humidity, bro. So 78 for you is 74, 73 feeling for me because of the humidity,
When it muncha.
right?
If the temperature gets hotter then the girls' skirts get shorter, you feel me?
that it could be completely gone during summer in less than 32 years. Another new study to be presented by the U.S. Navy researchers
Kurt
later
Hudson.
this week warns it
More
could
bad, too
happen
bad.
in as little as 7 years. So again, more misinformation. Every time he opens his mouth, Al Gore saying something wrong about climate change predictions. And Reuters thinks this is exonerating Al Gore. So,
He's just reading what he's reading in studies, Jimmy. I mean, he thought they were legitimate studies. Why does that make him such a bad person? He was trying to save the world from dying, Jimmy. Is he such a bad man? You know, it's one fact. The polar ice caps are still here. It's one fact. Oh, but he said it then, and he said it then, and he said, yeah, he did, and he was wrong, Jimmy. Well, kudos to you, Jimmy. You've debunked the debunking of the guy that told the wrong information about the polar ice caps being melted. Oh, but the guy who made the whole planet aware that, oh, it's getting hotter and we should be looking into that. Which is way more important than getting one fact wrong about the goddamn polar ice caps. Jimmy, right over your fucking head. It goes right over your head, Jimmy. God, you're an idiot. And so's Kurt Metzger. And so's your dumb fucking wife. Fuck all 3 of you.
I don't know. I think you're not supposed to read it.
I can't believe
Kurt
Kurt stayed with you all this time.
supposed to see that
Now I
headline.
realize
So
he's
this
just a
is their
fucking
verdict.
sellout too.
missing context.
Why would I need the context if I know he lied? I don't care now.
Gore did not himself predict that the North Pole would be ice-free in summer by 2013. Yes, he did.
No.
He said it.
No,
That
Jimmy,
means he's saying it.
Jimmy, you're a fucking liar. He was
Wait,
reading somebody else's prediction.
Tie doors.
He was reading somebody else's prediction, Jimmy. He thought they were right. The way you think John Campbell is right. The way you think Robert Malone is right. And you read their fucking studies off like they're gospel. Or these hack sites that you get some of your studies from. Or these fucking hack studies that aren't even peer-reviewed. You do it all the time, Jimmy. I've called you out many times on your show. You're a fucking hack, Jimmy Dore. You're a fucking hack. Graham really hates Jimmy. I don't hate Jimmy. I know what Jimmy is. And I want the world to see, me hating Jimmy isn't going to make that happen. So I'm just going to give him love because I'm trying to make him a better person by exposing all of this. And if he will accept it and change, and his stupid fucking wife will change, and his stupid fucking friend Kurt Metzger would change, well, then the world would be a better place and less people would die.
I don't care if he made the model.
He's a spokesperson. He said
Fucking
something.
psycho.
He didn't say, I don't believe this thing I'm saying.
You know what? Maybe it is.
However,
You know what? Maybe it is. God, I never realized this before. This never even occurred to me. But it might be possible that Jimmy Dore fucking hates people now. After all the things he's been through. We know what he's been through. I know his story. And he's bitter. And now he might just want to cause as much pain and confusion. The same kind of feelings that he's had. The sadness that he's had to go under for his, last 30 years of his life or whatever. And he wants to dump that out onto all of the people that he possibly can. And you know what's really weird about that, what I just said, is that actually seems like the most obvious answer. Jimmy Dore is bitter, and he doesn't give a fuck about you. He doesn't give a fuck about the truth. In fact, he wants to hurt as many of you as possible. That's the only thing I can come up with. Guess what? Climate change is real, guys. It's getting hot. Stay cool. Stay hydrated. That's me. Is he not saying that to his audience? Why not? He must not like them. He must want to cause harm to his own audience. Let me know in the chat if that makes sense to you. Is that shocking? Hey man, he's just a human being. Guess what? Serial killers are walking among us all day long. You don't know who they are. People that do horrible, despicable shit. You could be standing next to one of them in a line at the grocery store today, and you wouldn't fucking know it. Jimmy Dore might be one of those human pieces of fucking shit. Just because he puts on a nice shirt and a nice act, he has a little comedy thing going on, doesn't mean he doesn't fucking hate us all. No matter how many of us have tried to reach out to him and do nice things for him and show him love, he fucking hates us all. Can anybody explain that? In the chat? I'm looking for anybody in the chat to say anything about what I just said. Anybody.
Win it Muncha. The George Clooney episode was weird. Steven running. Banks on gullibility.
Capitalizes, exactly, on gullibility. Right, Steve? I mean, the thing that gets me is he never would have had to change his narrative and start lying to people to keep making money. I mean, he's literally that plotting. Maybe he's sat down with a couple of producers who have said this is a market that you really could command if you just target. You look at the titles his producers write for him. They're totally they aim to get right wingers in. It's a total right wing ideology coming from the thumbnails, and I'm serious. It's the thumbnails only. Not only there's this kind of bullshit message. There's a little bit left. Let's just see what else he says.
Did mischaracterize others' findings. Gore also made a range of statements so not only anyway.
Hey, Gore says a lot of things.
He says a lot of shit.
Look at what it says.
Gore also made a range of statements during this period, citing varied predictions. Makes sense.
Right, because that's what you do. You get a lot. See, Jimmy, that's how it works in science. You get a lot of different opinions on something, and you try to figure it out. And that's what Al Gore did. He talked to a lot of people. How many did you talk to any climate people at all, Jimmy, on your show? Have you interviewed any of them? Because Al Gore probably talked to a lot more than you did. And he took a lot of that information and he just put it out there and made it public. And if he stated it as if it was factual, yeah, that's a problem. He probably misunderstood how science works. He should have used words like, scientists are predicting that. He should have opened up statements like that. And he didn't. That's hyperbolic. And I know some other podcaster today that does that. It's hyperbolic.
How has 6 days...
Oh, that's right. It's Jimmy Dore. That's right. It's Jimmy Dore. How has 6 days... I don't know. I'm not playing that anymore. It put my brain in the wrong place, bro. It put my brain in the wrong place. You dude. I realized... I don't want to play games with strangers, with people I don't know. If I have to hear some of the garbage that comes out of people's mouths, so I stopped playing that game. I stopped playing all games. I've got other issues around playing games. Plus, I hurt my shoulder this morning working out.
When it Muncha. People should just be nice to each other.
Anyway.
When it Muncha. P.S. Jimmy Dore's.
Fuck Jimmy Dore. Yeah, fuck Jimmy Dore. Enough people say it, maybe he'll hear it.
There's a lot of shit.
Oh
what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Hold the former vice president accountable and Nobel Prize winner accountable for what they say in public about a big issue that everybody looks to him for a comment about? Really, you're gonna hold him accountable? Yeah, I'm gonna.
What is South Park gonna do? Like, South Park had the original Man Bear Pig about Gore that they went back on because now the climate science is real. Around the time that I thought it was real, they did it where they had to apologize to Gore. Are they gonna have to do a twist?
I wonder what time of day they were in that garage. I wonder how hot that garage gets at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon out there in California.
I don't know what well, because Al Gore said different things now.
He says a range of statements.
A range.
Everything from kind of not true to complete nonsense. The full range.
From just simple misrepresentations to complete fraud.
Premeditated lies.
Hey, come see us on tour. We'll be in Baltimore.
I guess Jimmy stopped coloring his hair. Way to go, Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy, why don't you come down to Florida? You love Ron DeSantis so much. No Florida dates? You're in New York. Come in the hottest fucking days, bro. Go down to Miami. Florida is teaching what?
Happy birthday to you.
Shut up.
Happy
right.
birthday to you.
See, the
He's just
algorithm
gonna have to take it.
it's all about how many people you keep watching in the first like 15 seconds, and we just got everyone to turn this off
That was a good singing voice.
because
you're being a penis wrinkle.
I could make her famous with a voice like that.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting that I'm 25 now. That's your response.
I did just turn 25, so thank you very much. I'm happy about it. All right.
I'm happy
Shall
about
we
it, he
get to a
says.
story that might actually
So
keep
ungrateful.
viewers
So ungrateful.
here. Might actually keep them here.
It's so ungrateful.
Can we do that?
Dude, is the honeymoon over,
I'm
guys?
sure you looking embarrassed and me singing would keep people here for a long time.
All right. Let's get to a story, shall we? I'm joined, unfortunately, by Eleanor Goldfield.
It's still his
Welcome to the
birthday.
show. All right.
Damn, that is
Let's
super,
get into what's going on down in
super
Florida,
cringy, man.
where they just passed
Holy
we have
shit.
this story. We have a lot of stories coming up. You know, we got some good shit on this show. So thank you guys for being here. I'll throw that out there. Thanks for joining us. This is what we call Common Censored. This is the day of the week where I'm joined by Eleanor
Heinous
Goldfield.
new
It's
Florida
a podcast
K-12
called Common
history
Censored, so
curriculum
check it out.
teaches slavery
But here's what's going on down in Florida.
was beneficial
A
for African
New
Americans.
Florida K-12 history
Wait,
curriculum teaches
wait.
that slavery.
Are you allowed to say black people?
Ron and Trump are bitch slapping each other out of my world, lol.
Are you allowed to say black people anymore? Holy shit, that's what it says right there in the title.
Slavery was beneficial for black people. So Florida just, you know, they're just always advancing. They're
always
they're
advancing.
Just the vanguard of human society.
Hey, you
Always.
want me to report on Florida for you guys? I could be your on the ground reporter in Florida. Reporting on DeSantis. For,
Because you don't want to be that close to me. Is that what it is?
No, I feel like
hey,
you
Ron
don't
DeSantis.
want
Ron DeSantis. Have you ever sucked cock before in the military?
Yeah, we can see the
You didn't suck cock in the military. Have you ever taken it up the ass?
Yeah.
Ron.
advancing
Answer.
towards
You ever
outright
you ever
fascism.
dressed up as a woman before? Never. You never. No.
I feel
Never.
like
Never dressed up as a woman before.
Florida
Really, Ron?
is the
Really,
canary
Ron?
in the coal
Really,
mine.
Ron? Give me
in
that
a lot of
job.
ways, which, interestingly enough, that whole metaphor, canary in the coal mine.
God, I would
oftentimes
love to.
goes
I'd love to
to
harass. I'd love to have a
So,
press pass
I
and go
don't
up and
know,
harass
like,
Ron
you-
DeSantis
Ron
all the
DeSantis
time.
on
Just
TV
follow that
shows.
motherfucker
Really
around.
hyper-focused on the canary, so it just dies, and you just stick around for another, 2-3 weeks, which is kind of what we're doing on this planet.
Yo, Ron,
So
which
what I'm
bathroom do you
saying
really
is
want to
that we
use?
should put Florida in a cage and let it die. No, I'm kidding.
Yo, Ron, you like the
Yeah,
taste of
so
somebody
this
else's
is
vomit?
Indicative of the direction that the nation.
I got
wants
so
to
many
go, which
questions for Ron
interestingly enough,
DeSantis.
is right back around to where it started.
Yo, Ron DeSantis.
Slavery
Ron
and
DeSantis.
genocide and the
Trendy
mass
Nay
oppression
from,
of all of the peoples who live here.
What's the name of is it? I don't know which show this is. He's got so
Winnet
many
Muncha.
dangerous ideas.
I Ron wants the definition of a woman.
Trendy Nay with dangerous ideas. Ron, I've got a great question for you.
Benefits of
Um,
slavery. We should teach.
I forgot the
about
question.
how
It was
the-
great too.
The Jews in the Holocaust learned how to diet. We should talk about child laborers in the 1800s.
I forgot
in America
the goddamn
learned how to
question. It was
mine for coal.
such a great
Very
question.
useful. Teach how sweatshop
Oh,
laborers
Ron
currently in
DeSantis.
Bangladesh are learning about
Nay's Garden
frugality,
from-
living
from-
on 10 cents a
from-
day. We could teach how the victims of Jeffrey Epstein learned how to talk to
Dangerous
presidents
ideas.
and princes.
Ron
No,
DeSantis,
that's quite
Nay's
a
Garden
skill.
here
We
from
learn how
Dangerous
to-
Ideas.
we talk about
Quick question for you. Who's your
women
favorite
who moved up
fascist?
Cosby learned how to cover their drinks. We could talk about
Who's your
how
favorite
slaves
fascist?
who built the pyramids got really ripped. Like
Which
right in the
fascist
area,
leader
like that-
inspires
I don't know what that
you
muscle is,
the
upper
most?
shoulder, it's like right near the collarbone. I feel like they probably were just like,
Ron, do you need pills to get your dick hard?
and like could just like flex that on any given.
Ron, does your wife beat you at night?
There's a lot of benefits. to
Ron,
it
when's the
here
last
that,
time you and your
like,
wife
it's
had
just a look at
sex?
history, you know?
I agree, Lee. And you know what? it
Dude,
is?
I don't even need a pad, bro.
It's a focus
I got all the
on-
questions, man. I got all the questions
this
for Ron
country,
DeSantis.
We're really about focusing on the positive.
Ron,
So,
why do you
know
hate
what?
yourself so much?
And
Honest question.
the
I need an honest
forced
answer.
removal and
Why do you hate
genocide
yourself so
of
much?
The indigenous peoples
Go. It's you.
allowed them
Go.
to see new parts of the
Kurt
now
Hudson.
called U.S.
Ron is probable a
So
Pence
that's
guy.
nice.
So it's like
A
tourism.
Pence guy?
You know?
Right.
They-
Forced tourism, really.
people have been so hard on that.
I don't
and
know.
Really, it was
He's
a nice,
Ron's a Ron
vacation
guy.
that hasn't ended yet.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's really what this is about. Is it's focusing on the positives. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
good vibes
Dude.
only.
Yeah.
Dude, Kurt, you know, you're like a fucking genius sometimes. Sometimes you blow my mind. I don't understand where you're coming from, and now you're like a genius. Do you know what you just said? You just said Ron is probably a Pence guy, and I got this image of Mike Pence and Ron
Kurt Hudson. Ron's a joke along with Trump.
Mike Pence and Ron DeSantis getting together as a ticket. Now, they would probably fucking win. I wouldn't be surprised. Which one would be the president? You know, on that ticket, what do you guys think? If it was would it be a DeSantis Pence ticket, or would it be a Pence DeSantis ticket? Do you guys think that's a good idea? That was Kurt said that. That just totally popped in my mind. Dude, it would be, they would completely destroy Joe Biden, those two guys. If they got together now, they'd wipe out Donald Trump. They'd wipe out everybody in their way. But they're too fucking stupid to see something like this. Do it now. Announce now. Boom. We're running together. This is the ticket. This is the president. This is the VP. This is what our platform. We've sat down. We've got a platform. This is the platform. You know, maybe Pence would rein DeSantis in. Isn't that crazy? Think about that. But that's what would happen there if it was a Pence DeSantis ticket. If it was a DeSantis Pence ticket, Pence, you wouldn't hear a fucking word out of the vice president. Ever. It would be all DeSantis, blah, 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 blah. You guys have no comment on any of that, huh? All right. Cool. Man, this is like talking to, screaming into the wind sometimes, guys.
Kurt Hudson. I used to be a Trump person, but he has gone off the rail. Win it, Muncha. I have comment.
I am probably going to go find something else to do. All right, unsupportive audience, I will see you guys later. I hope you had fun. Take care. Hope you enjoyed the hour. Bye, guys. Oh,
Win it, Muncha. Ron DeSantis is a weak man.
at Nays Garden
Win it, Muncha.
Show.
Cheers, everybody.
Nays Garden Show on Threads. That's where I am. Nays Garden Show on Threads.